Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, that's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, what I want to have a quick look at in this reading, entertainment only. I want to have a look at the Chinese astronauts that apparently are, well, they're not stuck, but they're on Tiangong Space Station. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. If not, just blame it on the Aussie accent. Three astronauts are, well, they're not trapped there, let me put it that way, but they're up there after space debris hit their departure capsule. So what's happened is three more astronauts, Chinese astronauts, have arrived in their capsule at Tiangong Space Station. And the three that were already there, they were doing the handover. The three that were already there were then supposed to take their capsule. I think it's called number 20. The new one that's arrived is number 21. So the three that were already there were then supposed to take their capsule 20 back to Earth. Apparently got hit by space debris, which means it has delayed their departure while they try and come up with a solution. And the solutions are either number 20 can be fixed, or they're going to have to depart in number 21. The problem with departing in number 21, it then leaves the three new astronauts up there that, well, they're supposed to be there for, several months. So, it's not like they're looking at fleeing anytime quickly, but it leaves them with no means of leaving the space station if something happens. So if the space station gets hit by a larger piece of space debris, or something else happens to the space station. So I'm going to have a look to see whether they're safe, because I did read a while back when we were talking about the two that were caught on the International Space Station that were supposed to be there for 9 days and ended up being there for like 6 or 8 or whatever months, and ended up being brought home. At the time when it was sort of a bit dodgy as to whether they were going to be brought home, because the apparently the rockets kept blowing up that they were testing to go and rescue them. I kept getting that there would be something to do with the International or a space station. I'm not even going to say the International Space Station. I was just going to say a space station, where there had to be a unified Earth endeavour do rescue the astronauts. And I thought it was them, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's these Chinese ones that are going to require something happening to, like a combined coming together, unifying Earth operation. I'm getting India for some reason in regards to that. Perhaps an Indian capsule being sent up. What I also want to have a look at is apparently 3i Atlas. There is apparently a secondary previously, I don't know whether it was unseen or just unregistered comet, and I use that term loosely because apparently 3i Atlas does not conform to any past cometing, and apparently Duffy is requesting information from NASA, and NASA aren't giving him any information from what I heard. But apparently there's a second object. Now, what I found really interesting in Australia, and I'm sure they pre-program this way in advance, but just in the last week, Independence Day and The Matrix have both shown on free-to-air television. Now, I'm not saying it's anything connected, but I just kind of thought, oh, that's really interesting given what's happening at the moment. Now, 3i Atlas, apparently, it doesn't have a tail, it has a forward projection. When does that ever happen? Because, I mean, if you're traveling along this way and your hair's blowing back that way, then you would have a tail. If you're traveling in this direction into the wind, your hair's not going to blow forward. So that doesn't make sense, the fact that it's got a forward projection. And then one of my beautiful viewers emailed me and said, oh, is the forward projection moving debris out of the way? I went, oh, that would make sense. So let's have a little bit of a look at that. I'm going to use the Starseed Oracle in regards to the 3i Atlas. Is the forward projection moving space debris out of the way? And it ties in with the space debris that has hit this Chinese space station capsule. So just tell me, guys, tell me, is the forward projection like it's like a snow plow? Let me just call the snow plow. I'll just call it a snow plow. Is it like a snow plow? Come on down, let's have a look, because I've got to use human terms. Trust the timing. Okay. Trust the wave you came in. Time is not running out. Something about the timing. Oh, the timing of Independence Day and The Matrix being on television, perhaps. Something about the timing. Just trust that the timing is right. That we are meant to be here at this time. The wave that we have surfed in on, or Three-Eye Atlas has come in on, is the time it's meant to be here. There's not the time's not running out. I'm drawn to that. Time is not running out. Okay, so it's come through the solar system on the same plane that all the planets except for Pluto, because Pluto's was, I believe, captured from another solar system, came in on the same plane as the planets, because just about all the planets surrounding the sun, orbiting the sun, are on the same plane. They're not sort of all higgledy-piggledy around the sun. They're all on this one plane, which is unusual in itself. But it's come in on that plane, bypassed, I believe, 4 of the major planets: Venus, Jupiter, Mars, and I think one of them, was it Venus or Mercury? I can't remember. Gone around the sun, came out from under the sun, blue, which indicates that it's hotter than the sun itself, because the sun has a yellowish or a white hue to it. Blue is even hotter. But it was not giving off any heat. And it has this projection out the front. It's really, really odd. Time is not running out. So it's gone around, and I haven't kept track of where it's going, but there's something about this don't feel that time is running out here. There's something else. Right, but what is it? Okay, you're not for everyone, and embrace your weirdness and face your true north. Okay, so the challenge for us is going to be true to yourself in regards to whatever is coming. It's not for everyone. The void. Stop and embrace the great cosmic womb. So the energy. So I'm asking about this snowplow effect, the void. The energy it's stewing in is the void. It may get to a point and just disappear, is what I'm feeling. Like into a wormhole or something. Okay, let's see where this goes. Yeah, we know we are not alone. In the past, we are not alone. Crowning the reading, empathic starseed, trust your empathy. This week is feeling incredibly intense for a lot of reasons. My daughter, who is highly, highly empathic, had to take some time out in the garden this morning just to cry for reasons that she could not explain. She could sort of explain, but she couldn't really explain. There is a high intensity here this week for whatever. Okay, cracked open. So Three-Eye Atlas is cracked open. This, you are not alone, connecting with the star seeds. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposite extreme of life, surrendering to the empathy and big picture thinking. I think this is why I'm really feeling like, Hegseth put out this video with warmongering to the Lord's Prayer, etc. I can't be bothered reading on it. I can't even be bothered, and I do apologise because I love my readers, those that I followed, but anything that is sort of a low vibration reading, I'm just not interested in. I really can't bring myself to watch because this is big picture thinking that my guides and Aaron, Aern, is shifting me into this big picture, and it is bigger picture because wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven, but it's incredibly close. Forge, don't follow. 7 stars, sisters, birth and creation, and the soul memories and gifts. You have done this before. And then we have the messenger. AI Atlas is a messenger to remind us that we have done this before. And I keep saying what it's bringing. It's bringing knowing. We're going to know without realizing that we knew. There's not going to be any learning. There's not going to be any instruction. There will simply be knowing and deep, deep cellular healing. Okay. This is what 3i Atlas is bringing. And it is bringing a new earth. And that's my tummy rumbling, if you can hear that. Okay. Loosen your grip. Let go of connections that will not serve you going forward. Because we are heading to a new earth pulsing. The cards just keep saying that, that we're here for a purpose. So I do apologize if I'm being very vague in my readings lately as I try and get the information across. I'm not trying to be vague, and I'm not trying to hedge bets or anything like that. Entertainment only. I am struggling to find the vocabulary, and even then I said that word wrong, and I know I did, vocabulary, to get across the information that is being imparted to me. I know that sounds really weird, so I do apologize if I'm, vague and not feeling like I'm not finishing and struggling to seek the words, because there is this shift that's happened, and it's a shift into a knowing that I'm just going to say I'm struggling to explain. And it is very much feeling the energy, feeling the empathy and the knowing. Okay, so given this information, so 3i Atlas, yes it is, it's pretty much acting like a snowplow pushing debris out of the way. However, interesting timing with Independence Day and Matrix, and I think there was a third, and I can't remember what it was, that played along similar lines. Like, just when I ain't watching that. I must admit, one of my favourite ever movies is Aliens, and I love Independence Day, but it just felt so bizarre with the timing. With the Chinese astronauts on the Tiangong space station, with the debris, some sort of partnerships, agreements coming together. I do have the devil we know versus so this stepping into this new energy versus this same old, getting caught in the lower vibration energy. This is about coming together as community into this higher vibration. That's not what I want to ask. Tell me what we need to know about these. Are these Chinese astronauts? I put it back randomly, and there it is again as I split the deck. These Chinese astronauts. What do we need to know about How are they going? Are they going to be okay? The debris hit their departure capsule. Are they okay? Are they going to be okay? All 6 of them, I believe. There's 6 of them up there now. And I'm assuming the departure capsules only hold 3. Are they going to be? Are they okay? Are they going to be okay? Right, something's popped out. Let's have a look. Right, the Ace of Cups. Something emotional. New emotional beginnings, new partnerships, coming with love and acceptance, but new partnership. 7 of Wands in this protective bubble when you've got these 7 Wands coming at it. Are they safe? Are they going to be safe? The Hierophant, having to come up with a plan of action to get to the space station. In the past, the Knight of Wands, information being brought forward. I mean, there are 3 wands here. Feels like there's a 4th one off to the side because you can see a little bit of a flame. And the 4 of Wands is, I'm just trying to picture the 4 of Wands card. Oh, it's some sort of announcement coming forward. Some sort of announcement being made here. But you've got the horse running wild in the background there. The means of transport is loose. Page of Wands. Inspirational planning, inspirational messaging. A lot of wands here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 are wands. 9 of Wands. Putting out a message and standing firm behind the boundary. I don't think we're hearing the full story. Or we're not going to hear the full story. 10 of Cups are coming together, a unity, and working out what to do internally. I think they're safe for the moment, but circles of support coming together. The outcome, having to look, having to view things differently. Suspension, the Chariot, means of transport, and the Queen of Pentacles, protection, and having to think out of left field. This feels, and then the Death card. Now, I don't think there's going to be death. I think this is heralding a new beginning. Something coming out of left field to protect, to get these, and then the 10 of Wands. Coming down off the high horse and moving forward, and the birth of a new world. Okay. What I'm getting from this, if I go to the bottom, we've got the Judgment card, the 6 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, the anxiety, but then we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Again, community coming. 9 of Cups, offer being made. The 8 of Wands, a lot of information coming forward very quickly. You've got the Devil and the infighting, but then you've got the Page of Pentacles. You've got loyalty and the Ace of Wands, a new plan. I think something's going to... What am I getting? Remember when that Russian sub went down and they couldn't find it? And the rest of the world was like, let us help, and the Russians wouldn't let until it was too late. It's got that feels about it. Now, I'm not saying till too late. I think they're actually going to let, the Chinese are going to let, okay. Are the Chinese, is something going to happen where the Chinese are going to ask the rest of the world, I'm getting India, ask for help to get these astronauts back. Is there something? Oh, what's that one? Yeah, looking overseas and juggling a decision. Looking overseas, this could be a working together on a tricky decision. Are the Chinese going to ask? I'm not going to say forced. Are they going to ask outside China for help with getting these astronauts back? Well, there's the devil. The devil, you want it round that way. This is almost like the international community looking out to space. There's a difficult decision that needs to be made in regards to the safety and protection, because Pentacles can be about protection. And then there is this devil energy of, do you go down the same old, or do you take a new path? And then there's the coming together with the Temperance. I mean, he is alluring, he is seductive, and it might be to not ask, but I think they're going to. Four of Cups. Something is being offered that they're not looking at with this loss over here, with the Four of Cups, the Nine of Wands standing behind their own boundaries. But then we've got the World card, unity, completion, stepping through into a new. The Ten of Swords, having to let go of past anxieties and coming up with a solution. The door is locked. The key is in China's hands to unlock it and step through. You've got the infighting. You've got the King of Pentacles. So this could be Chinese Communist Party infighting. Old ways versus new ways. The King of Pentacles. The heartbreak, loss, despair, anguish. But then we have strength and a decision that needs to be made. It's a hard emotive decision, as secrets, it's worry about secrets being revealed, but unexpected out of left field. The White Raven comes in. We have the Queen of Cups, and then we have the Star card. The Knight of Swords, a strategy, and then getting on the bike and going forward with the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I think something's going to happen. There's going to be conflict within the Chinese Communist Party about whether, well, first of all, they know what's going on, because it could be seen as a failure. Oh, it just really annoys me that these sort of old men seem to think that asking for help is a sign of failure when it's not, and a fear of the secrets getting revealed as well, when it's bigger than that. It's bigger picture. So yeah, I do feel that the Chinese are having to have to make a difficult decision, entertainment only, and ask for international help to assist with getting these astronauts to safety. And I keep hearing India. As if, I'm assuming India has a space program, as if asking help of India is not as painful as asking help of another country with the space program. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. Again, as usual, we won't know until after it's all happened what the guides are actually meaning and the timing of it. So I'm going to leave that there. Love to you all. Take care. Catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.